Hey guys, Ryan Biddle blogging from paradise. Let's get this sucker set up. All right, and get the phone set up here too. Hey, what's up, dudes and dudettes? Just getting office set up here. Just before we dive into this live broadcast, my friends, wanted to remind you that I run a blog called bloggingfromparadise.com. That back a little bit. Where I've created 2 blogging courses and 9 blogging ebooks to sell to you, to offer to you, or for pay, for blogging guidance to help you along on your blogging journey. I also have blog posts, but blogging courses, blogging ebooks, they're available at bloggingfromparadise.com. Now, guys, my latest post on Blogging from Paradise poses the question, do you blog for people or for Google? The reason why I asked this question as the winds whip up here, chilly day today in London, a little showery, not heavy rain, might go out for a little cardio in a bit. But I asked this question, guys, because a lot of bloggers are writing exclusively for Google. So they believe that they need to write for a thing, because if you're writing for Google, it's a thing. It's not sentient. It's not a person. It's not a human being. They think they have to write for a thing to succeed. So they focus heavily on things and optimizing for the thing and creating the content for the thing. And this shines through their content, but in a negative way. Because if you write for a thing, and this is really a common blogging mistake, your blog content will be awkward, clunky. Hey, friend. Awkward sounding, clunky, stiff, impersonal. And it makes sense, because if you're thinking about things, and not a human being, you won't write like a human being for a human being. The reason why this is a big mistake, guys, is that human beings read blog posts. Human beings buy your stuff. Human beings click on your ad. People grow your referral blogging business. People endorse you. People promote you. People ask you who blog. People who blog ask you to guest post. People interview you, blogging people. So you see where the disconnect is, guys? If you're blogging for a thing when you need to blog for people to succeed, you won't become successful. And the way it comes across is, the way I would say it comes across most glaringly in negative fashion, would be when bloggers write robotic, stiff, awkwardly worded, bland, plain Jane type posts that don't get any traffic, that don't yield profits, that don't grow a referral business. No, don't get any traction. Like these posts, like if you're writing like as if you're a robot, you're not going to inspire human beings. You're not going to inspire people. And if you're not inspiring people, you're in trouble. And the reason why you're not writing for people or writing for humans or inspiring them or entertaining them or writing informally is that in your mind you're thinking, oh, I have to follow this plugin's advice. You know, a plugin developer says you have to do check. Add your meta tags, do this, do that. Who gives a shit about that if it's people that actually help you to succeed? Google is worthless without human beings. Don't write for Google. The only reason that Google has any value is because human beings query searches. They type things into Google to look for stuff to visit your blog. You see what I mean, guys? By itself, if you just look at Google right now and you don't type in anything, it's worthless because the money is in human minds. The money is in human actions. The money is in your service to human beings. But you see a lot of bloggers, they're writing only for Google and they're not thinking about people. They're not thinking about writing for people. They're not writing directly for people. They're not weaving stories into their blog. They're not weaving human experiences, personal experiences that will connect you with other human beings. Now, especially guys in this day and age of AI blogging, you need to humanize your blog. You need to personalize it. You need to think like a human writing for humans. You need to think like a person writing for people. That's the only way you differentiate your blog from a blogger who uses AI to write or create blog posts. Why do you think so many bloggers are afraid that AI is going to take their job or business? Of course it won't. It's not real. It's artificial. But it's because the jig is up. You can't write plainly and generically and expect any level of success because people are becoming smarter and smarter. And you won't be able to differentiate your blog if you're writing third person, boring, for Google, for search engines, in less than personal fashion, in generic fashion, if AI is doing the same exact thing. Because all AI does is it takes words from the web and recycles, it regurgitates. So if you're writing for a search engine, if you're writing for a thing and you're thinking thing, you become robotic. Your posts, your blog looks like AI generated content. And that's why you have to humanize, you have to personalize, you have to think like a human being writing for human beings. And this is something I do largely, at some level of scale, predominantly a blogging from paradise. I write informally. When you're thinking of writing for people, you write informally, casually, casual fashion, connecting, write how you speak. That's how you totally distance yourself from AI and you lose all fear of it. And you know that you're fine. However, if you want to optimize blog posts for SEO, as you write for people and you think about them, of course you will optimize these posts written by humans for humans with adding certain details, using headers liberally, paragraphs, short, snappy sentences, maybe create a sense of tempo, using bullet point lists, adding the meta description, optimizing your titles, building posts around the keyword. You can do that for sure if you want to optimize posts, and feel free to go that route after you write for people. That's where most bloggers make the mistake. They start with those robotic ideas in mind and they're thinking Google. Then they create these blog posts that really appeal to a thing like Google, yet things can't think. Things aren't sentient. Things don't have emotions. Google doesn't have emotions. The human beings who use Google, they do. Write for them, and then you add the SEO optimizing elements. So you end with the optimization, small part of what you do. Huge part of what you do is writing for human beings. And a lot of bloggers right now are really going to be outed because they've been writing robotically. And a lot have been struggling for a long time because they're writing for a thing. So their posts sound awkward. They're difficult to follow. When a human being reads a post that's written for Google, not for humans, not for people, it sounds like it's been regurgitated. It sounds awkward. It sounds impersonal. It sounds like it lacks soul. Who's going to really follow those blogs? What human being is going to follow that blog closely when you can get 200 million posts out there, 20 million other bloggers who blog like that. Nobody cares. People care about people. People want connection. People want other human beings writing content. They do. Because blogging is about the heart, not about the head. It's about the heart. It's about connection, just like life. Life is not lifeless. Life is soul and heart and expressions and joy and, yeah, sometimes on a worldly level, struggle, sharing stories, being truly helpful. This is an inner heart-based journey. And you access that critical element to blogging, to life, to happiness, to self-expression, fulfillment, all that joy, all that success that comes from here by writing like a human being for human beings. Inject personal stories into your blog posts. Talk about your struggles, talk about your successes, talk about your failures, talk about your wins. Be transparent, be vulnerable. I shared a post recently, a few days ago. I wrote this post and published it, discussing how ramping up my publishing schedule triggered a number of fears in my mind, but intuitively I know it's the way, and it's still quite fun and freeing and enjoyable, and it's feeling great. But I was vulnerable, if you will. Basically, I shared that I was afraid to do it, yet I still did it. That's what makes your blog stand out, because a human being will read that and say, wow, I feel that same way, or I really appreciate you doing it. I appreciate you from their perspective. I'm saying, inspiring, keeping at it. How do you do it? People, human beings love that stuff. Only because I wrote for human beings. I don't think about Google. I've optimized very few posts, and in truth, the posts that rank on Blogging from Paradise, page 1, position 1, or page 1 in general, I didn't optimize. I just wrote really in-depth content that solved a specific problem, and Google put it position 1, page 1. And in this age, more than ever, guys, with all this AI blogging stuff going on, thanks, friend. Great to see you. You need that human element. You need to write like a human being from your heart for human beings to reach their heart, to build that connection, to succeed, to step away from the blogging herd. And I wouldn't say the blogging herd's writing generically, which is not great because it doesn't inspire emotion or joy, from that connection. But then the small percentage of bloggers who are trying to use AI to generate obscene amounts, absurd amounts of generic, lifeless content. AI has no heart. AI can't weave personal tales. AI can't weave enchanting stories. AI doesn't have emotions. It's artificial. It's not real. It's not sentient. You see? You understand? It doesn't have this. It wasn't created by the divine like we are. We're spirit. We're thought in the mind of the divine. We have that. It's limitless. AI doesn't. It's artificial. It's not real. Appears to be. But you gotta start tapping into your heart, accessing your heart, and writing as a human for humans, worldly level, but thinking from here, being truly helpful, giving all to all, putting it out there, and not thinking about writing for things. Not thinking about writing for a search engine. Hey, friend. Awesome. It's a big difference, guys. It's a big difference. It's night and day, really. The night is the thing, darkness, if you will. The day is writing for people. So humanize your blog. That's how you stand out. That's how you form connections. Every business is a people business. Help people and you're good. And even Google, guys, the things that you think you have to write for, writing awkward sounding content, just lifeless content that's not hitting the mark, they only have the tiniest amount of value the split second a human uses them. Without the human interaction, they're worthless. Why do you think Google is Google? Because it deals in things all day long? No, because human beings use it. So you got to write for them. And then at the end, after you've written these really heartfelt posts for people, tapping into emotions and love and joy and all that good stuff, then you optimize. You optimized at the end of the process. Then you're like, okay, I want to make sure it's scannable. I want to add, well, you're building it around a keyword. Get your meta description down. But even these SEO optimizing elements, the posts that I've written when I didn't have SEO in mind at all, I just had people in mind. Those are the posts that rank. Google's like, oh yeah, page 1, position 1. Because it was people. So don't get caught up in that stuff. And you'll see too on page 1, there's posts that rank that are short, that are thin, but other aspects, including really building up your domain. Remember, Google looks at the full body of work. And the posts that appear on page 1, they usually come and go kind of fast, unless you're really doing a good job with your whole domain. Sometimes, maybe not, but think of people, think of human beings, serve them, help them, be genuine. Don't publish lifeless content. This is so important with your blogging campaign. And this is something I've also done with my blogging courses that I've created, both how to get featured on world famous blogs, which is available at bloggingparadise.com, give you a lot of exposure and guide for that, and how to become a pro blogger in 5 steps. I always thought of human being bloggers when I created every module in these courses, every step, every video or audio file or text file. And ditto for the 9 ebooks that I wrote that you can buy on Payhip and Gumroad through bloggingparadise.com. Ditto for the courses, Payhip and Gumroad. People. And then people who buy them have told me that they really enjoyed them because they were personal and informal and casual and filled with really practical tips. I've had ebook customers say they shouldn't be called ebooks. They should be called deep guides, like a complete guide. I wrote them for people. They're casual. They're fun. They're really helpful. But in the same way, it's like instead of having the tension and the ridiculous speak that the egoic world puts out there, business speak, blogging speak, and yeah, of course, I add technical aspects. But I wrote them as if I was sitting across from you, chatting with you, guiding you, teaching you blogging, guiding you with blogging. So as I sit here chatting with Lawson and Sajiwa and Onyeka, see, I'm talking to you guys, human to human, heart to heart. That's how I build my entire blogging campaign, and that's how you have to do it if you want to succeed, if you want the traffic and the income. Because more than ever, blogging is important to distance yourself, to build your brand and to build your business, but humanizing and writing for people is really important because that's what helps you build the connection. That's how you form the bond. That's how you draw a loyal following. That's how people keep coming back to your blog. That's how people understand what you do. Like everybody watching this video on Facebook knows that I am Ryan Bidoff, the Blogging from Paradise guy. They know that this video is me talking about writing for human beings, writing for people and not Google. You add the SEO tips later. It's because I'm forming this stronger, deeper connection with other human beings because I'm keeping them in mind. Feel free to optimize. Go for it. At the end, even if you're building your post around a keyword or key phrase, at the end, focus on people first. That's where you want to go. When you're in that type of space, you can't lose. You're only going to win, slowly but surely, over the long haul. So guys, I'm going to take a break, maybe a little meditation break midday. Thanks so much for joining on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining on Facebook. As far as a call to action, guys, stop by bloggingfromparadise.com. Don't just stay on Facebook. If you love what I do, feel free to go to where the home base is. You can go into your phone now. Guys are on your phones, type in Blogging from Paradise. Just go to Google, type in blog. I see my blog up there, just bloggingfromparadise.com. YouTube as well. And see what I do. Learn a little more about blogging. you think, man, it sounds like it could be a really cool thing to do. Wife and I have been circling the globe for 12 years. Blogging's played a part in that. Traveling, opening passive income at home. Check out my blogging courses. Check out my blogging ebooks, my blog posts as well. All helpful for you, for guidance on your blogging journey. Much love, guys. See you later, YouTube. And see you later, Facebook.